In Texas, a fresh battle over political power began this week inside a packed University of Houston hearing room. The House Redistricting Committee gathered public input on new congressional maps, yet showed up with no maps at all. That absence provoked boos, protests, and charges that the entire exercise is a sham.
Why does redistricting matter? Every 10 years, states redraw political boundaries after the U.S. Census so that each district holds roughly the same number of people. Attempting it again mid-decade is extremely rare. Governor Greg Abbott called a special legislative session to do just that, following former President Donald Trump's public plea for Texas Republicans to create 5 more GOP-friendly districts and shore up the party's narrow U.S. House majority.
The official justification comes from a recent U.S. Justice Department letter claiming 4 current Texas districts, each held by a Black or Latino Democrat, are unconstitutional racial gerrymanders. Gerrymandering is when lines are engineered to give one party an unfair edge. Critics note the irony. The Republican-controlled legislature drew and defended these very maps in 2021 as race-blind. Now, Democrats and voting rights advocates call the redo a partisan power grab aimed at weakening communities of color.
That tension was palpable on July 26. The hearing room filled before the doors even opened, and demonstrators chanted outside. When Committee Chair Cody Vasut, a Republican, invited testimony on a, quote, revised congressional redistricting plan, veteran Democrat Senfronia Thompson quickly pointed out that no plan had been produced. Vasut replied that the committee wanted to hear from the public before drafting lines, and promised another hearing once maps appear. Many in the room didn't buy it. Several speakers alleged the real maps were already being drawn in secret. One Houston resident called the meeting a good old-fashioned bait-and-switch with a power grab added in.
The stakes extend far beyond Texas. Republican-led states such as Florida and Ohio are eyeing similar mid-decade redraws, while Democratic leaders in California and New York threaten to fight fire with fire by reworking their own lines to offset any GOP gains. The result could be a nationwide cartographic arms race. Strategists warn the maneuver could backfire. If Republicans stretch their voters thinner to claim more seats, they risk turning once safe districts into competitive toss-ups, a phenomenon political scientists dub a dummy-mander. For now, anger continues to mount on both sides. Texans who packed the Houston hearing demanded transparency. Lawmakers offered only vague assurances and an empty easel where a map might someday hang. What happens next? The committee can introduce a draft at any moment, triggering another round of testimony, amendments, and likely court challenges. However the lines are ultimately drawn, they will shape not just Texas politics, but potentially the balance of power in Washington for years to come. So, while no map was displayed in Houston, the outlines of the fight are already clear. A high-stakes clash over race, representation, and control in Texas and across the nation.